Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lydia here with your full moon reading in Leo for February 12th, 2025. First, I just wanted to mention that just little housekeeping things. Some of you have mentioned as well with my meditations that there's ads in there. I just wanted to mention I do not subscribe to ads. I hate ads in meditations, and I thoroughly agree with you in the fact that ads are sucky when it comes to putting it into a meditation. I do not do that at all. YouTube does that for me without my permission, and that this is for anybody who watches any type of meditations or anything at all. If you are a smaller group, you do not have as many subscribers, or you do not subscribe to one of their tiers, they will automatically put in ads. This is something that they just started in the last few years or so, and we can't even opt out. I have tried and tried and tried, and I must apologize, but it is not my fault. I do have a disclaimer in my little description, so I just wanted to let you know that I do not do that. But because I have been getting more comments on that, I'm actually going to be taking down my meditations, and I'm going to be putting them available for audio only on my website. That is in the process of being done at this moment. And it's probably going to give you a much better listening experience. So I won't be posting those on my YouTube channel, but what I will do is at least give you a little bit of an update, like this, a video update, and I'll let you know that there is a meditation available. So that said, my videos are going to be coming a little bit different in the next few months or so as I go on tour with my husband. We're going to be doing I'll be doing some intuitive readings with the Galaxy Psychic Fairs. So basically this tour runs in Canada from Sudbury, if you're familiar with Sudbury, Ontario, in March all the way to BC in June. So I will be posting different videos, little tidbits here and there, through the help of a wonderful, extraordinary lady who's going to help me with my social media. And so things will look a little bit differently. I will be doing full moon meditations for the next few months while I'm on tour, but I will not be doing the new moon meditations. And those who are subscribed to my free newsletter, I will also be doing a monthly newsletter instead of a weekly newsletter. That will encompass the 4 weeks within each month that I'll be on tour. So March, April, May, and June. So with that said, and that housekeeping stuff all thrown out there, I just want to mention that we're going to be doing a video, or this full moon reading, using my deck and also the Shaman's Dream Oracle. So this is Take Back Your Power. We're going to be doing 2 cards from there, as well as the Shaman's Dream Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. So let's start this all out. All right, first off, we know that things are changing around this world drastically. And in my newsletter, if anybody who had actually subscribed to it and has been reading it, then you'll notice that in the last few weeks, my goodness, things have changed. And it's like a whirlwind. Everything has been going on. It's been crazy. But at the same time, this is the most pertinent time to stay grounded, to be as like literally in that eye of the hurricane, watching everything going around you, but keeping one eye on it, but at the same time not dipping your toe in there. Otherwise, you will get wrapped up in the entire whirlwind of it all. Lots of things happening. And a lot of it too, I just want to also mention, we have an alignment of planets that's going on. It's been happening since the end of January. And if I'm correct, it's encompassing Mars, Venus, of course, Earth, because we're seeing it. The moon as well is going to have a play, especially in this full moon, and going into the new moon as well towards the end of this month. We also have Jupiter, we have Saturn, and one of them is going to flip out. I believe Venus might be flipping out with Mercury towards the end of this month. So there's a big arc, and if you want to take a look at that, check up some astronomy websites wherever you are able to, because that is something that is being highlighted at this time. But that said, when we have an alignment of planets like this, I mean, this is not common. It is not, especially when it comes to an arc in the sky. all of the planets go around the sun as at different time rates. So based at rates of time. So basically, for them to have an arc and for us to be able to see it is phenomenal. And just imagine the energies that are coming in. It's been literally building, building, building. And with all of those planets having both their dualities, their own dualities, we get the opportunity to actually see both sides and choose which side we would like to embody, express. So at this time, I'm saying motivating, like our motivation is probably as high as it's going to be. Our brains are probably working like, basically 100 million times a second in crazy amounts of time. So basically, a lot of us may not be sleeping very well because we've got a lot on our mind. My advice to you is to write it down. Give yourself little lists, organize. That was something that came up in possibly the last new moon reading and or in some of the newsletters, and both. Just basically saying this is a time to organize. This is a time to ensure that you dot your I's and cross your T's, that you're basically prepared for what is coming. And just basically taking a guess, use your intuition to figure out what is coming up in the near future for yourself. Especially, this is very, very pertinent right now because there's a lot of things being thrown at us, in whether it's the media or it's in our own lives, that there's a lot being thrown at us. And this is a time period where not only is that happening, is the reality that is around us, doing physical throwing to basically throwing things at us, but we are also getting downloads, tons of downloads, spiritually, like spiritual energy downloads, for us to continue in our evolutionary process of our consciousness, the rising of the consciousness. And it is just going at an exponential rate. So you will be feeling different. You will be seeing differently, literally. Physical eyesight might also change things, and colors might change to you. You may be feeling things. You might be becoming sensitive to certain things, including what you eat, what you smell. You might be going through different types of physical sensations. So you could feel vibrations. You could feel that you're, basically shaking here and there. You could feel all sorts of things because our body's also trying to upgrade with everything that is happening. So that said, let's go into the first card. I've picked two cards from my deck. Sandwiched in between that is the Shaman's Oracle, Shaman's Dream Oracle card. So I've picked them, but I haven't looked at them. First one we have is ambition. And oh yeah, our ambition is high right now. Ambition is something that basically allows us to be able to focus, to continually focus on something that we would like to achieve, as well as to create. It's our ultimate creation opportunity. And it does require that focus. It does require an adherence to attention, allowing energy to flow towards something that we are looking towards, and at least seeing it come to physical manifestation. And we absolutely have this opportunity to see things come to its physical manifestation. Now, that said, I want to bring out, especially in this particular card, it is something where if you're very aligned with what it is that you want to do, it is a spiritual co-creation with spirit that you're working towards a common goal. For example, my card deck. I definitely did not do that by myself. Obviously, that was with spiritual guidance. My guides were working with me, and my guides, actually, I would have to say, is more so funneling every information or all the messages that I could through my higher self, and that's who I was channeling through that, through the information for writing down the guidebook. And having said that, that's my co-creative effort. There was an opportunity. It took a long time, but basically an opportunity and an end goal. And my end goal is right now. It's basically something that I'm hopefully offering to the world, and hopefully, anybody who wishes to take it would be, it's up to them. It's if it aligns with them. That said, That is where ambition is coming in at this. We have this opportunity with the planetary alignments, with where we are in our consciousness. Our ambition is very high right now. And if you do actually, you decide to go into that co-creative effort with spirit, then allowing that attention to flow, allowing the energy to flow into whatever project or whatever it is that you're wanting to do, this will give you a very high achievement. That any challenges that come into that play, you will be able to succeed through them very quickly. And that's what this card is coming up and letting us know. This is a great and highly manifesting time for all of us. And I encourage you to go and do something for yourself. Go and do the project that you've put on the back burner. Now, bring it out and finish it. It is a time of completion. We're getting, of course, as the full moon, as we have the full moon right now too, and being in Leo, this is also something that brings in the relationships that we have, the compassion. Leo is a very compassionate and courageous sign. So basically, we're looking at how everything that has happened in the past will have brought you to today. And this, with your wisdom, you and your ambition, your focused attention, you can achieve anything that you're wanting to. So this is very, very important. I encourage you to organize your thoughts, organize things around your house, get things going so that you're able to complete certain things. And it is a highly amazing time as well for the completion of any efforts towards a relationship or any movement towards bringing in a new relationship if you do not have one, romantic relationship if you do not have one, or if you have one that you're in at the moment, then it is likely, especially this month as well, we're looking at love and a compassionate month. This is a great time to keep those energies high and to maybe rediscover your relationship as well. So ambition, it follows through. It all depends upon your focus and what you would like to focus on right now. There's also, on the flip side of that, there's also the potential, if you dip your toe into all the chaos that's going on in the world or all the changes that are going on, then you can get caught up in the whirlwind, become very distracted, and then you may not go back to what it was that you had actually created a focus for. So it's just a reminder to stay focused on what you're doing. Recognize that if you don't have something, if there is something that is creating a blockage in your ambition, then ask why. Is there something that is preventing you from going forward? Could it be procrastination? Could it be something that you're like that is physically not allowing you to do something? Then maybe there's some contingencies you have to look at to make things happen. But in this case, that's what ambition is talking about. This is a very highly action-oriented time period, and taking action is a good thing. So even if it's step by step. Okay, so let's look at the next card, which is from the Shaman's Dream. And we have Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. My gosh, that's a gorgeous card. Oh, it's such a beautiful card. Okay, so Dragon's Hoard. You know what? I'm actually just going to look into this. I'm going to read this and see if it brings out anything that I can interpret here. Because I think that there's so much going through my mind with this right now. So, protecting the future, legacy, and true riches. Okay, so it's borderline for me. It's looking at the abundance that can come from focus as well. In the Dragon's Hoard, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with the wisdom teachings lie within reach. This is a rich opportunity, and you can fill your satchel with the treasures you like best. Take the gifts offered you and dedicate them to the well-being of all, beginning with your own. But beware, all that glitters is not gold. Select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. Know that the hoard does not belong to you. It belongs to our grandchildren. What is the inheritance you wish to leave for tomorrow? What seeds are you planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you are no longer here? So to me, this is also promoting what you do is not just for yourself, it's actually for the good of all. The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty-handed or to fill only their own pockets with gold lie in a dusty heap of bones. You have been allowed entrance by virtue of your kindness or your spiritual practice or sheer luck. Consider as well that your present, this moment, is the future to the dragon. You may be the one we have all been waiting for, so do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. This is the time to be bold. Do not delay or overthink. Remember to bring an offering for the dragon, lest it believe you are its lunch. A simple prayer will do. Now, this is when I see this is actually like a part 2 from the first card. I see that we need to have the ambition in order to complete something, and I believe this is the perfect time to do it. And with the dragon's hoard and protecting the future, what you're doing is you're going to end up, whatever it is that you're doing is also not just benefiting you, it's going to be benefiting the rest of the collective. It's going to, you have something that you want and have by all means to release into the world. Your project, no matter what it would be, no matter what gift you have, no matter what artistry you're able to have, or what gift that you would like to give to the world, it matters. It is worth it. You are worth you're worth it. And everything that you do is going to help everyone else. Now, taking the duality of that too, if you're in it for yourself, then it's not going to bode very well. If it's just something that you're doing just for you and not thinking about how it can actually be, you can be in service to everyone else, then at this particular time, our consciousness is not going to align with that. We are moving into the higher state of consciousness, and that definitely means it's not just about benefiting yourself, it's benefiting the rest of the consciousness and the rest of the collective. So keep these things in mind. With the last card, we have respect. And that is, you know what's interesting too is respecting the wishes of others, respecting yourself is big in this card. This is about recognizing as well that the higher realms respect us for what we are doing. We're doing a hard work. We're doing some very difficult work. Think about being in school or being in an educational program, and you're trying to complete that. Well, that's kind of what we are. We're in school here on this planet. And that said, the upper realms, those who decided not to come here to do this, whatever lessons that we have, they respect us for what we're doing, because we chose a harder route. Where they are, there's love, compassion, openness, harmony, balance, groundedness. There's all sorts of beautiful things that are happening on the other side. And here there's the duality. So they respect us for that. So in that case, and this happens, our respect, or their respect for us and our respect for ourselves, happens at birth. It's only what we are told and what we are socially brought up in that affects the respect for ourselves. If we do not have respect for ourselves, we do not have respect for others. And that's the most important thing to keep in mind at this time too. Know that you are in need. You are, what's the word I'm looking for here? You are absolutely entitled to respect. So recognize that. If you respect yourself, you will be better off in respecting others. And noticing too that when you do think you are worth it, because we are way more than we think we are. And that is actually in my deck, my oracle deck. You are way more than you think you are. And with that, you can respect yourself, recognize that you are worth it, and that anything that you do is worth the creation. Everybody is unique. So everything, no matter two people are working on the same thing, you're going to have a different spin on it than the other person. So the world needs what you have to offer. And if you can respect that as well, then you're golden. You've got a lot to offer. So looking at all three of these cards, we're in this state of a highly ambitious time period where what our ambitions are, what we decide to do, what the end goal that we decide to reach is going to be favorable for us. And once you keep that in mind, once you keep the favorable end goal, the favorable conclusion to what it is that you would like, you are going to achieve that. You're going to achieve the benefit of it because your mind stays on it. Your mind is attentive in achieving it. And that's another thing to keep that in mind. And that goes right into Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. What you are, where you pay your attention to, you are going to be leading. You're leading towards it. You're going on your life purpose, because you're always in co-creation with spirit, no matter what it is that you decide to do. So, and if it turns out that you're in the wrong path, then the universe is going to definitely tweak you and bring you onto the right path. Sometimes either kicking and screaming, or if you can go willingly, that would be much better and feel much better. The Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. We're doing all of this, anything that you do, or at least keeping that in mind for the future, for other people, your grandchildren, your children. You're doing this for others. Whatever it is that you're doing for yourself, that you have as an action in your life, you're doing it for others and not just yourself. Self-serviency is not something that bodes very well for this time period and our state of consciousness that is rising. We are in service to others. We help others. We support others. And that first also comes from ourselves, supporting ourselves. And that goes to the last card, respect. Respecting ourselves for whom we are and how and what we can give to others. We need to respect ourselves. We need to do these things for ourselves. Self-care for ourselves. Be very, very mindful. Mindful of that, especially right now, because we are in a high state of spiritual gain from the energies that are flowing in, and we're being affected by the energies from the celestial bodies that are aligning and or in the aspects that are coming up this year. So knowing that, we're going to feel it. So knowing that, just recognize that you deserve to have some time for yourself. You deserve to get these things out of your head. So write them down. Write down and organize your thoughts. Organize any step-by-step processes that you need to have in order to complete something, whether it's a project, work project, relationship. Have things so that that basically for the second card, that you're not just doing things for yourself, that you're thinking, being mindful and compassionate to others as well, and your romantic others, knowing that this is actually a good time for romance. This is a very highly productive time when it comes to relationships and relationship building. So the other thing about that too is on the flip side of that, there may be relationships that will break down. And they're needing to break down. They're needing to be let go at this time too, and be willing to let them go. It makes for a whole lot easier emotional outcome for that, but also realizing when a relationship has expired, when it's done. You've gotten what you needed from that relationship, and so has the other person, or it's just not working out. There's not an alignment going on there. Recognizing those things, as soon as you recognize that and you realize that either you're in need of something different, then you start to see synchronicities from the past of what had happened in the relationship, and or synchronicities that led you to or lead you to believe what it is that is coming up, what you need to do to either step out of the relationship if that's what you need to do, or the next step that you're going to take in your evolution. So keeping all these things in mind, it is a wonderful time to go and check out the alignment of the planets in that arc that we have at the moment too, and check out the astronomical sites, websites, just to see when the best times are as they proceed from the southeast side of the sky to the west. And I hope you have a wonderful full moon in Leo. It's a beautiful time period. It's highly productive. Highly actionary. There's a lot of actions going on. If you see throughout the entire world, especially with the new presidential election there, that Trump has now started to do a whole lot in the world. And that said, it's kind of following suit with the aspects that are affecting us. It's very productive. So ride that wave of productive, being productive, taking action, finishing off what you need to finish off, and you're at that point where you're going to be able to make room for the new. So that's wonderful. And the newness comes right around the new moon, which is at the end of the month. So having said that, thank you very much for watching. Like I said at the very beginning, my videos are going to be changing a little bit. So I will be doing a new moon reading for the February new moon, but come March, April, May, and June, I'll be doing only the full moon readings. And look for other videos. There's going to be more coming up. So I'm really excited, and I hope everything is going to work out really wonderful for you as well. And know that you're manifesting. You are a highly manifesting individual that is way more than you think you are. With that, I will leave you, and I will talk with you in the next video. Bye for now, and have a wonderful full moon.